Thanks so much for joining us. We want to get straight to some breaking news out of Boulder. This is video from one of our weather cams of smoke from a wildland fire in Boulder County. In the last 20 minutes, Boulder police started posting on social media about this fire at NCAR. They say multiple fire and police agencies are working to put this fire out. They're asking people not to call dispatch right now because they are very much aware of this fire and they do have crews on scene. Here are a couple of pictures. We're also starting to get videos from the area showing smoke and flames near the Flatirons. We did talk with someone who works near that area who says they have been evacuated. We do have a crew headed there right now. We will update you as we learn more information as well. Want to give you a live look outside around the state. The heat wave is officially here, and that is what makes fires like the one we were just talking about that much more concerning. DIA has already hit 97 degrees. That was before we even got to noon. Our heat advisory is set to last until 8 o'clock tonight with several hot days ahead of us. Fire restrictions are being announced around the metro area. People are being warned to stay inside if they can. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Manusha Roy. We've got Kathy here with us, and it's fires like that with the dryness and the heat that has firefighters so worried, especially for the next couple of days. It's not just today.
It is a dangerous weather pattern that we have with the wind, the warmth, the dryness. We've had a warm, dry week already, and this could be one for the record books. Today, we're forecasting a high of 101, which would tie the record for the date. And if we see triple-digit highs for the next 3 days, we will be looking at history-making weather and not the kind of record or history that we want to make here in Colorado. Heat advisory out for Denver and the Front Range today, tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday. Hot temperatures in the triple digits will reach record levels over the next 3 days. Haze and smoke out there from the Boulder NCAR wildland fire, but also poor air quality. High concentrations of ozones make it uncomfortable and dangerous for those with respiratory issues to be outdoors for any length of time during this scenario. Now 98 degrees at DIA. Average high for this time of year is 90. And as I mentioned, the record for today is 101, so we should easily tie that. The heat dome that was invading much of the western U.S. for the last 2 weeks is expanding over Colorado. And as it does, the heat advisories come with it. These heat advisories cover much of the Front Range and Eastern Plains for the next 3 days for temperatures 99 to 104 degrees. Poor air quality, as I mentioned, due to the high concentrations of ozone. Not much in the way to cool us on the radar. We don't have really very little thunderstorm activity, but later today we'll be watching this corner of Colorado for a couple of storms that might have a little bit of hail, wind, and lightning. Other than high clouds coming in on the northwest flow, it is going to be a hot, dry day. This is how temperatures will be trending over the next 3 to 6 hours. Coming up in weather, I'll have the timing and impact, what this impending heat wave means for your weekend plans just ahead.
All right, thanks so much for that, Kathy. A reminder that today, heat like what we're experiencing right now, it can be dangerous. It is the leading cause of weather-related deaths in the U.S. You might not feel the effects, though, until days later. Heat can build up in our bodies over time, so the more time you spend in the heat, the more risk you have. Heat can lead to heat stroke, heart attacks, kidney disease. If you start to feel dizzy, thirsty, or weak, that could be the sign of heat exhaustion. You should be getting into a cooler area and then hydrate before it turns into heat stroke. And that heat can be especially dangerous for people with heart conditions. Doctors say they often see more people in the hospital when it gets this hot.
When their body's exposed to the stress of that extreme heat for long periods of time, that can tip people over to where they start experiencing symptoms of heart failure. But we definitely see patients that have underlying heart failure come in more frequently, and they definitely have an exacerbation of symptoms.
So if you do have to be outside, do it in the morning or the evening when the sun isn't at full blast. And if you can't avoid being out in the heat, find shade, wear light clothing, and stay hydrated. And you might be thinking about a water park today to cool off. You can head to Elitch Gardens. This is footage from Sky 9 this morning. The water park is open right now and then closes at 8 o'clock tonight. Sky 9 also over Water World this morning. They're celebrating their 45th anniversary. The water park will be open today until 6 p.m. throughout the weekend. Just be really mindful if you are in long lines and the heat again, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. Right now, jury selection is underway for the doctor charged with drugging more than a dozen women he met on dating apps. Denver police arrested Stephen Matthews back in March of last year. 13 women accuse him of drugging them after meeting up for dates, some claiming that Matthews sexually assaulted and raped them while sedated at his Denver home. He's now facing more than 51 criminal charges. Matthews has pleaded not guilty.